Hi, and welcome to day 6 of a week of wonder. I'm so proud of you for still being here, for sticking with it, for saying a wholehearted yes to this experiment. I'm super grateful you're still here. I have an amazing invitation for you today. Can't wait to share. I'm wearing my hospital green jumper that I had to dig up somewhere, but here we are. And I'm wondering how your date with the mystery went. What happened when you opened the door, when you consulted the oracle or the 5 oracles? And I'm also curious about whether that invitation was something you felt drawn to or not so drawn to. And here's why that matters. What I know from having done transformational work now for over 10 years is that there will be processes and invitations that people will be an immediate hell yes to, and that's great for them. And there will be processes that people will be like, about. And it's different for everyone because, it's not the same for people. And what I found is that the ones that you feel, no thanks about are the ones that are going to be most groundbreaking for you because they show you a different perspective if you manage to open the door. So that is my friendly but fierce way of saying, if you skipped the invitation for day 5, I highly recommend rewinding the tape and going back and giving that another whirl. You see, this program was designed to be gently transformational. And in order for transformation to occur, something has to change. And there's always going to be a part of your psyche that doesn't love that for you because it likes things to remain just so. So as I'm saying this, if you are feeling, I probably skipped over that day, or there's something hidden in that invitation for me yet, go back. Personally, I'm noticing that since we started this week, something has started stirring in me because it does that. It takes you out of your routine, and so it moves something along. And I've started having more dreams and more ideas during the day. I'm noticing more things. And I have this desire to move. There's a movement that's been stirred, which is super nice. And so check in with yourself and see what's alive. Do you feel different? Has something been set in motion? I hope so. And if there's something that you skipped, maybe go back to it. So today, here's what we're doing. This whole week, we've been wonder stalking. Becoming the person that notices, that is intentional, that pays attention, that is exploring a new relationship with the world around them. A more reciprocal relationship, a conversation. Somebody who has become curious about what puts them in a state of wonder, how to lower the threshold. And today, we're going to go from wonder stalker to wonder bringer. In the words of the great philosopher of our time, Timothée Chalamet, it all happens once you realize that life is not running to you, but from you. And imagine that going from wonder stalking to wonder bringing is like tuning your radio station to a new frequency, one that is more like a national radio station. It has more reach. I think I mentioned on one of the days how I've noticed when I'm in a state of wonder that there's a sense of magnetism. And an even nicer energy is if you become the person that is a wonder bringer to people. That adds that little bit of wonder to things that creates sacred time whenever they are present. What would that look like? What would it look like to be a creator of sacred time? To be a person that brings meaning, that brings memories that people will always have. That's the next level of this game of wonder. Imagine it's a computer game. And we've reached a new level now. And so the obvious way, of course, to open that door is art. Also very prominent on our taxonomy of wonder list. And art, of course, in itself is revelatory. When you witness it and when you create it, it brings you closer to you. It reveals things to you if and when you are in relationship with it. So it's the same as with everything else. The more you pay attention, the more intentional you are, the more it will reveal to you about yourself. So we're going to create something today. We're going to make something. And then you can decide what you want to do with it. You can give it to someone, you can stick it on your fridge, but we're going to lower the bar to being an artist. Because that's another thing that I have found from doing my work, is that as soon as I bring in creativity, which I love doing, playing, creativity and art, people are like, oh, but I'm not creative, or I'm not an artist. And guess what? Everyone's an artist. There's that cliche for you. And I'm going to prove it to you. So you may want to pause this video because you're going to need a piece of paper and a pen. And if you really want to go further afield with it, any type of art materials you can find. I often have these lying around, and something that I feel like we don't have lying around enough is googly eyes. And I always have them in my handbag. I love sticking them randomly on like receipts. Anyway, that's a fun wonder bringer tip for you. Googly eyes. But for today, you need a piece of paper. It can be A4, whatever. And I'm going to teach you how to make a one-line drawing self-portrait. And of course, you can use it to make portraits of people as well. But let's choose a color. So, what this will reveal, this practice, is your distinct, abstract art signature. So cool. So, if this is the first time that you're doing this practice, you will then know within like 30 seconds what every piece of abstract drawing you will ever make will look like from now on, because it's different for everybody and we all have a signature. This is a practice people do in art school in one of the first weeks when they join. And it's so fun and so revelatory. Okay, so this is how you do it. So you have a pen. You need to be able to look at yourself. So you either do it on your laptop where you have your camera and you can see your own face, or you do it with a mirror, or you, of course, can draw a person that's sitting right in front of you. And the way that you do it is you cannot look at the paper, and in 30 seconds, with only one line, you draw yourself. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay. It's my hair, and the ear, and my mouth, and then my jumper, and there it is. Okay, cool. Looks like most of my other abstract drawings. So I'm going to show you. This is my self-portrait. And then you can do with that what you want. Like, of course, I'm wearing a green jumper, so I'm just going to embellish my jumper a little bit. And what's super cool about this practice is that you can't be really critical or perfectionist about it because it's abstract art. It's supposed to look like that, you know? And so it kind of takes away that self-criticism that most people have about their art. And it's so cool. And I once did this for 30 days. Every day I made a different self-portrait, and I found different ways to embellish them. and it was so fun. Okay, so see how this is the beginning of my artwork, and then you can put googly eyes on it, and you can put these on there. You can play with words from magazines. It's a really fun practice to do with people at a dinner table or with your family. And of course, what becomes fun now that we're at day 6 is you can weave some of the invitations together. So sometimes what I do when I work with a group is I get everyone to do this. Hilarity, people love it, it's fun. They get creative and they get out of their heads. And then we use this and we sign it and we give it to the other person, and then we honor them. So it's a way to bring in moral beauty and to say, this is what I like about you. And here's a drawing, and now you can remember. And then maybe you want to write a few of the words, like you're courageous, you're a good listener, something like that. And then they have that as a memory. And then you're no longer a wonder stalker, but you're a wonder bringer. That is a different frequency altogether. Another thing I did today was made a wonder bingo card. I had these also lying around randomly, but I took some of the things that are on my list of things that don't suck from day 4, and I put these on my bingo card. I still have to complete it. You see, it's not completely done. But I'm going to stick it on my fridge and have it there as a reminder on the days that I need it. So your invitation today is to be an artiste, a creative, to create as many things as you can, to be curious about what was the thing that kept you up as a child that you could do for hours and it felt like 5 minutes. Was it theater? Was it poetry? Was it clay? Was it painting? Lego? Where is that part of you that likes to make things and then share it with the world? How can you go from being a wonder stalker to being a wonder bringer? What are you going to create today? How many things can you create today? Remember, you can compound these invitations. Maybe you want to try something new today that you can create. I can't wait to hear and see what you get up to. As a friendly reminder, this is the last day that you can go in for the competition, so tag me on Instagram or send me an email with your creations, and tomorrow I'm going to draw the winner of our vouchers. There's 2 vouchers that are going to be drawn, and then you can use the $300 voucher for any program that we have here at Wonder. And on our last day, we're going to talk about integration. Where to from here? Now that you've opened this door and you've stepped through the wardrobe, what's going to happen next? How can you make this realm your new place of residence? We're going to talk about that tomorrow, and I can't wait.